everybody to Team Builder for the YCL Season 6 Finals. Yep, we managed to make finals after an interesting season for sure. And we're facing in finals none other than the men that stopped our undefeated streak during the regular season in a very controversial matter that that's King Sosa and his Cold Summer Assassins. So yeah, it's a little bit of poetic history, I guess, that I do get to have a rematch with him, since he's the person that technically put a stop to my uh, undefeated streak and absolutely cost us the regular season, I guess, first place. Um, and yeah, I mean, here we are, both of us in finals, getting a second chance at doing this again. So yeah, this should be an interesting game for sure. Um, I don't believe he'd make any changes to his roster since we play. Neither did I. Um, and I normally don't like rematches. That's just a personal thing with me. But in this case, I am glad I get to have the rematch. The main reason why I don't like rematches is because I think that the person that loses that game typically has a better chance at winning because the rematch, I guess, because they saw what their opponent can do, they saw that they can bring what they can have, and they can attack for that. While the person that wins usually has good sets that, since they worked last time, why change them, right? So it's a little bit harder for the person that wins to change up sets and attack. That's just my opinion. That's not the rule, of course. There's plenty of times with their rematches, the person that won wins again. Uh, so you will think that on this game I will be happy that I lost because it gives me the opportunity to adapt. However, this is a weird occasion because for those of you who did not see the game during the regular season, we lost that game on a timeout. If we didn't timeout, we would have won that game because unless I guess Dragon Dash decides that it is not 100% accurate move anymore, um, and it would have missed. Dragapult would have been able to finish that game. So we lost the game, but we were in a winning position, so it's kind of hard, right? Because now we don't know where we are. But anyway, I went and look at lessons learned from the last game. I think one of the big reasons why I was put in a bad position is because I was playing a little bit too passively. My opponent played well. They, in full disclosure, they brought hard stall with Toxic on Lando, Dragonite, and Arcanine, and then just Toxic Spice on top of that, and plus Stealth Rocks. It was just a rough. Uh, it wasn't what I was expecting. That was smart of my opponent to do that because it worked, I guess. But it wasn't what I was expecting, and it took me a minute to adapt to it. And by the time I adapt to it, I think I was a little bit too late on the timer. But nonetheless, reviewing the game, there were plays that I could have made better, that I could have been more aggressive, and just take out one or two Pokemon earlier and probably make a difference on the outcome of the game. Um, that that seems to be a thing with my opponent. I watched his semifinal games not too long ago, and I think his opponent during that game also made that mistake a little bit of playing a little bit safe, not safe, sorry, a little bit of slow turn and allowing stuff like Nihilego to set up hazards for free and then just doing damage for no reason. Which, credit to my opponent, is a very fair strategy, and it has been working out for him obviously since he made finals. So on this game we're gonna try to be a little bit more aggressive. Uh, I fully expecting to bring, if not pure stall, I'm expecting to bring a lot of stall in the sense of hazard stocks and toxic, because he said himself during his I guess battle video, breaking my team with his team is really hard without toxic. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind when we're doing plays and try to play around that. I did ask a couple of pre buddies to help me out, playing out stuff where they try to play toxic as much as possible. Unfortunately, they're not the most stall-oriented players, so I got some feel for it. But we just gotta adapt during the game. That's just how Pokemon is. Um, Recapping a little bit of what he brought during the last time that we played. He brought Landorus, Dragonite, Nihilego, Arcanine, Gardevoir, and Stakataka. The fact that he brought both Gardevoir and Stakataka told me that he was very worried about Dragapult, because those are his two best stops, Dragapult. Uh, and like I said, although it did work uh, last game, I don't know about them bringing both of them this game. I kind of expect Gardevoir to come, because it is a fairy type that just has very good stab, not the best speed, but it has very strong stabs and very good coverage. And again, prevents me from just spamming Dragon Darts, which is ultimately what I would have won on the last game with Dragapult. So I expect Gardevoir to come. Stack Attack, on the other hand, I don't expect to come this time, mostly because he didn't really do anything last game. The only thing that he did was, you know, help me choke the game a little bit because fearing a random cost up on it. I seen this man run focus sash on it. So that's I wouldn't put running a random cost for no reason. But the fact that it's a stack Taka means that it gives my opponent the choice of Trick Room, and I had to respect that. I cannot just bring a fast, strong team that has no answer for Trick Room, because if he Tricks Room with Takataka, he might not just win the game right there, but he's gonna weaken my team enough. The fact that his other mons can't finish me off, so I had to prepare for Takataka. And another Pokemon that I also prep a lot for last time, and it didn't matter because it didn't come, was the Blastoise. And to a degree, the Poltergeist. Both of those are Cell Smashers. Blastoise more so than either one of them is very dangerous and is such a very unfair mon. Just on the fact that you know you had to prep for the Cell Smash set, because if you don't prep for it and it comes and it sets up for free, you lose the game. And it gets enough coverage that it can get past Fair Return and Primarina if they bring the right coverage, or if I lose any of either of them before they can check it. So I had to prep for it as well, which is you know difficult. Um, Add to the fact that I'm 99% sure that this time my opponent is gonna bring Sarud, because last time it would have done pretty good against what I brought. It would have definitely been more useful than the stack attack I was. Um, and looking closer at the matchup, Sarud is not a bad mon. He gets enough coverage to deal with my walls. He can run protected paths, which is what he ran on Landorus last game to deal with Zapdos. Um, so yeah, and it's pretty fast. I only had two things that are faster than it. And spoiler, one of them is not coming. So I prep with that very much in mind that it's coming. So the six I think they're gonna bring are Landorus, Dragonite, Nihilego, Sarud, Arcanine, and Gardevoir. Those are the main things I think they're gonna bring. Uh, like I said, they could replace any of them with Sakataka or with Blastoise, and we just have to play with it. Charger Bug, I'm not really too concerned about, because it's a Charger Bug. That's why if it comes, uh, it will be, in my opinion, a free Pokemon for me, especially given that my Dragapult ignores stick webs, which is the only thing that Charger Bug does. But I have one thing in consideration for it, so I'll make sure to bring that up when the time comes. Anyway, the last six that I brought during the last game, the six that I brought during the last game were Dragapult, Zapdos, Ferrothorn, Primarina, Obstagoon, and Mudsdale. The Obstagoon was a little bit of a hit set with Adrenaline or Defiant, because he does have two Intimidators. And Bulk Up to set up, so in case that he will prop my Adrenaline off with one of his Intimidators as I set up a Bulk Up, probably GG's. But that didn't happen. My opponent did bring both Intimidators last game, and I wasn't. They were aware of the fact that I was Defiant once they didn't see my Guts pop up, and they were smart enough to not switch in their Intimidators into it, and I wasn't good enough to catch on a double, even though I called it at one point. But that's fine. It is what it is. Well, with that short quote unquote introduction, let's see what team we brought for this game. And yeah, we're bringing the same six. Yeah, we're bringing the same six that we brought last time, which I'm nervous about because, like I said, my opponent saw my team. I didn't do a team builder, so they don't know exactly my IVs and what exact sets I ran. But for the most part, they were able to see almost everything I brought. They know that I brought a Scar Dragapult. They know that I brought Assault Vest Primarina. They know that I brought, typically everyone knows that you run heavy duty boots on Zapdos. Um, they saw lefties on Mobstel because it was defensive, and they saw a Rocky Helmet on the Ferreturn. Um, so yeah, um, nonetheless, I think that the thing that I brought last time was very much the thing to win that game. And again, have I played better and faster, I would have won that game. However, when your opponent has a lot of information, you think it's kind of hard. So, you know, I'm going into this game with that in mind. And if we lose because my opponent just prepped super well and just read everything we did, then congratulations to my opponent. They deserve to win. Um, but let's talk about the thing, I guess. Um, like I said, he has Blastoise. I had to be worried about that thing. That's just annoying. Also, last game he brought some random, uh, what is it called? Blunder policy set on Primarina that uh, activated, and that was just dangerous. So yeah, it's a dangerous. He has potential where it can be dangerous to set up because the Blastoise gets coverage to deal with Ferroturn. I need to bring something to sort of kind of check it. So we're bringing once again the Assault Vest Primarina. It's a little bit different the last time though. Last time I just slapped 252 on HP and 252 in defense, and that was it. And I assume that everything else will be fine. Same moves, flip turn, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Skull with a relaxed nature to make sure that we get a slow flip turn and that we get we get a little bit more of a punch. Considering that it does more than half to Nihilego if I catch her on the switch like we did on the last game, I think it's not bad. I don't really need the speed to creep anything. The only thing I will have to creep is probably Stakataka, and that thing is super slow anyway. Um, so yeah, last time I ran super defensive. Kind of beat me in the back a little bit because a super effective Skull didn't do enough to kill an Arcanine, and I ended up getting Toxic for it, which is, well, I ended up getting Toxic Stall for it, which is unfortunate. So this time we're gonna be smart about it, and we are bringing a little bit more special investment to make sure that number one, we hopefully can outdamage Morning Zone and Arcanine if we get to that point, or that we actually pack a punch if we had to hit a Blastoise while they're trying to Cell Smash or after the Cell Smash. The 136 in HP is enough to leave a no investment attack Landorus Earthquake twice without Stealth Rocks. So it's very iffy because I know that he's gonna bring rocks, and he know he's gonna try to set them up. I don't know if he's gonna try to do it early. That's what I would do, but it's kind of hard for me to prevent the Nihilego from doing it just because it's so fast, and his willingness to let that thing die just to set up rocks is a thing. So yeah, Primarina. That's our said. Hopefully it can work out this time. Like I said, but the main part is to check the Blastoise. And a little bit of a mistake on my part last thing was that I saw that there was no Blastoise, and I should have played the Primarina a little bit more aggressively, but I just played too defensively for no reason because again there was no Blastoise. If I lose the Primarina, I was still fine. But it is what it is. Second Pokemon on the team is gonna be Kiss. The Obstagoon is coming again. This time, however, we're not going to be the Defiant set with the Adrenaline off. Although it is a great Wincom, and if he activates it, while or after we set up a bulk up, then we win the game. Well, number one, I expect him to bring Scarf. I expect him to bring Sarut. It doesn't even have to be Scarf. But if it is Scarf, it will speed and kill us with Wild Close Combat. So there's no point of that. And number two, Obstacle is kind of weak without boosting. And boosting, even without Flamethrower last time, cost me a lot of health. Um, so this time we're gonna, and plus I'm anticipating my opponent to, expect me to bring Defiant again because again he has two very good intimidators against my team. So Landorus can't do it, not do anything about it. So Landorus is most definitely coming with Intimidate, obviously. But Arcanine, I don't know if I see him running Intimidate this week. He may run Flash Fire to check a potential Cinderace and not activate Gods on this thing, which which is completely fair. I was seriously considering bringing Cinderace, especially because it's my Galar starter and I really been trying to win a league with it. But unfortunately, we're playing a game that where we're trying to win and we need to bring the best six to bring. It's like Cinderace is just not good against my opponent having a Landorus, a Blastoise, um, and a Dragonite, and a potentially either Intimidate or um, Flash Fire Arcanine. So yeah, we're just bringing Obstagoon with Guts. Unfortunately, we had to be Jolai. I would love to be Adamant, but we had to be Jolai to outspeed the Landorus. Um, which it may not be Jolai, but if it is, we need to outspeed that and hopefully try to kill it with one Ice Punch. After the Flame Orb activation, Ice Punch will one hit KO Landorus for the most part, unless it's super defensive or it's a Jachi. Um, but yeah, Facade still does a lot of damage. Guts essentially gives me a +1 boost, so then bringing in an Intimidator on my Gutsmon to take a hit, yeah, it puts me back to normal health, but if I hit it with something like Facade or knockoff, it's still doing a decent amount of damage to where I may be able to hit KO. I will to hit KO a Landorus that is not super defensive with Facade as they switching to get an Intimidate. So yeah, I do have to be mindful that after Intimidate, Ice Punch wouldn't completely one hit KO a Landorus. So we had to be playing careful with this mon. Um, we're just gonna run my speed. I consider running just enough speed for Lando and have a little bit more bulk. However, they do have an Arcanine, and there is a scenario where Arcanine and Obstagoon are in front of each other, and if he runs max speed, another one, then I had to take a hit or probably die because that thing does get close combat. So at that point, and only at that point, unless I absolutely have to, I will go for the speed die and hopefully outspeed it and kill it. Um, if I see that he's super bulky, especially like he was last time, then that will tell me I'm faster and I can just fast at it. Um, Obstagoon naturally has good, decent bulk physically at least, which should allow me to take like stuff like I don't know, a U-turn from a Shrewd or a flamethrower from a Dragonite, and do a lot back. But for the most part, and at least early game, we definitely want to get this thing in and try to do as much damage as possible um, to try to break his team open for our other Pokemons to actually do things. So yeah, Obstagoon, yeah, I'm gonna have to put a lot of work this week, hopefully. Uh, Next we had Shingo Dragapult with the very much the same set that I brought last time in U-turn, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, and Sucker Punch. We're still undecided of Sucker Punch. I may change that before the game for Psychic Fangs, um, but I'll think about it a little bit more. Um, but yeah, no, the speed. So I'm bringing Dynamic Nature because again, 120 base attack is not as much as you will expect with a Jolly Nature, unfortunately, without boosting items. So I need this thing to do as much damage as possible. It likes to click Dragon Darts a lot, but I need to weaken his team a little bit in order to do that with impunity. Um, Phantom Force allows me to revenge stuff like a Gardevoir or whatnot. If Dragon Darts doesn't, because Dragon Dart doesn't do it. U-turn does a decent amount of damage to the Gardevoir, but doesn't 2 hit KO it. But it's good momentum against his team, and it allows me to put myself in better positions. The reason I'm running 252 speed is because it outspeeds a Dragonite after a +2 from agility, which one of my mocks did bring up. Um, Yeah, I mean, we literally speed up at 1 point. So whenever that happens, I think that's the universe telling me you should bring this set. So that's why we're running max speed. Because otherwise, I would love to have enough. I would like to have some bulk on the pole. It has decent bulk already, but a little bit of bulk is always helpful. This thing does outrun Blastoise after Cell Smash, no matter what. It does outrun a Landorus after a Rock Polish if it's Adamant. The only thing that I don't outrun is a Yolite Rock Polish Landorus. But if that's what my opponent brings, then I think I have enough things to deal with it. So, yeah, and that's partially the reason why I have the Soccer Punch, because if that's what it brings and it comes to it, I can click Soccer Punch on it. This thing also helps checking a sweeping, speed boosting Nihilego set, because that thing with um, power, power her Meteor Beam just does a lot of damage to my team if Ferroturn is down. So, have to be very careful when it comes to that. If he gets a boost for free and he gets a speed boost, then we had to, Dragon Pulse and had to do things. But hopefully it doesn't get to that. But, Shingo has done a lot of work for us during the week, during the season, so hopefully he can put something today. Um, Next we have the Zapdos, the Instinct Zapdos, with a very intricate set of IVs, I guess. It's the same set that I brought last time, down to the moves even. Um, Last time I was gonna bring Ball Switch this time because U-turn and it did ended up costing me the Zapdos last game, but because I prop a Trace Iron Bars, that is such a nice situation though that I don't think it matters this game. Uh, but the main reason why I'm running U-turn over Ball Switch is because my opponent could always bring Landorus to block the Ball Switch. Um, which is fair, and I wouldn't mind because I can just hurricane that thing. The problem is that a max HP Landorus doesn't get 2 KO by hurricane, at least not with this investment. So I want to do that. Hopefully, if I manage to U-turn and get into a position where I can bring something else um, like Obstagoon and just kill a Landorus that is trying to spin block. Um, Sorry, to ball switch block. EVs are interesting. Timid nature 100 EVs allows me to outspeed Gardevoir, timid Gardevoir, unless it's Scarf, of course, which is good information. It will tell me if my opponent has Scarf things like Scarfing at the Psychic or whatnot. Um, but it allows me to roost. It allows me to, you know, be somewhat not of a completely dead Pokemon, I guess. Um, the 108 the 108 HP on defense allows me to leave 2 Rock Slice from a Jolai Sarud, because I assume that if he's going to be Sarud, it's going to be Jolai to outspeed Zapdos. Um, yeah, I will take 2 of them and either Roost, or if he tries to go with Larius, hopefully paralyze it. 44 in SPDF allows me to take 2 Moonblast from Timid Gardevoir, which is clutch. Switching to Gardevoir is kind of scary, but if he has something like Specs, I can go into this. If he did too much damage, I go to Gajil and hopefully go from there. And the special attack just because I had an extra AV point. So Zapdos, again, same set like I wrote last time, and it wasn't the best last time, but it did decent amount of work. So yeah, hopefully this week, this game, it can put on the finest of work as well. Um, Bishop, this is another mon that I'm almost bringing the exact same set. Uh, Mostly defensive to stop an offensive Landorus, which is always scary. But also, this is the reason. This Pokemon is the stop to Trick Room Stakataka. Stakataka is a very scary mon. That if it says that a Trick Room, in my honest opinion, you need to have an answer for it. So this is the answer for it. That thing is never killing me, no matter what it does, unless I'm completely super low and it cannot set up a Trick Room on my face. Um, like I said, it stops a Landorus from just um, source dancing or rock polishing and cleaning me. Um, I understand I don't have a move to hit it. However, I can roar, and that's why the roar is here for, to stop a setup sweeper like Landorus if it gets out of hand, or to um, what you call it, uh, or to roar a Blastoise if they think that they can bring a Blastoise in front of me and sell Smash for free, as I would never be able to shot it with a Earthquake. At that point, I just roar, probably having to sacrifice a Moody if they read that. Anyway, 12 speed on EV, 12 speed EVs are IVs, I guess. No, EVs, right? They are for to creep a no speed charger block in case it brings it, and for whatever reason, they're low and they want to suicide sticky webs. If I can kill them before they do that with an earthquake, that would be great. I know I say I don't care about it too much, but at the same time, I do know one thing up. And the rest is just extra EVs that I have for hopefully a little bit more bulk. Moves, like I said, Earthquake just hits a lot of his team good for good damage, except, the flying stuff, which I can Toxic, and Body Press is mostly for Stakataka and Sarud. Um, because Sarud, if I get a lot of boots and wants to revenge me, cannot just freely go for a... Well, it can go for a Power Whip, which will have, but it doesn't go through my defenses. He They most likely want to finish me off with a Darkest Lariat. So yeah, they saw this set last time, and you know, I don't know if they see it coming this time, but if they do, then that's great. If they pray for it, they didn't do that anything last game, mostly because they did have um, they didn't have the Blastoise, but Stakataka was there and could have been dangerous. I would love to bring chest of rest on this team, but unfortunately, I do need the 4 moves. I cannot leave Body Press out, otherwise Sarud is just free every time. So yeah, that's mostly it. And the last Pokemon we're bringing is our Ferrothorn, because yeah, Ferrothorn is great, right? He has been a backbone of our team for the entire season, and I'm expecting it to be you know important in this game as well. Um, Gyro Ball destroys something like an Nihilego after if he boosts speeds or if he's trying to set up on me or whatever. Realistically, other than a knockoff, Nihilego really can't do much to this thing, because it doesn't get coverage for it since there's no hidden power. Gyro Ball does a ton to Landorus if he rock polishes. It kills Gardevoir outright. So yeah, Gyro Ball is good enough coverage on this game, I guess. Um, we do have Stealth Rocks because we're gonna need rocks. They're gonna set up rocks. I'm gonna need to set up rocks as well. They do have Dragonite and Arcanine. Both of them cannot have heavy duty boots, and those are his stall mons. So I consider going with the spikes, but he has 2 immunities to it, and I do see both of them coming. So I think Stealth Rocks is gonna be good enough. I think I set up one later Stealth Rocks, and then I try to just uh, click buttons from there. We have knockoff to knock off items altogether. Um, and the last move I'm very conflicted about. We can go with Leech Seed, which is good for recovery and things. Allows us to take heal and get back. It's a little bit passive. Um, so I may switch this for Power Whip before the game. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna think about it. I still have a couple more hours before the game. Um, but yeah, no, the item of choice is gonna be Chople because I expect him to bring Sarud, and if Sarud thinks that he can just freely close combat this thing, is gonna have a hard awakening by taking a Gyro Ball back as it lowers his defenses. Stack attack, a random Nihilego is very dangerous, so a random superpower from a Landorus will be problematic. So Chople helps with that as well. Gardevoir, could go for Focus Blast. If we are completely at full, we take a Mystical Fire from a what you call it, We take a Mystical Fire from the Gardevoir, so and kill it back with a Gyro Ball. So that's helpful as well. I don't know. There's a lot on his team to prep for. You just have to do the best you can. The reason why I may change this for Power Whip for the Lich series because again Blastoise, I wouldn't want Blastoise to come in and set up a Cell Smash in front of this thing. Uh, if he does, I can Power Whip and then not fear the Aura Sphere the next turn because I can just Power Whip again. Um, Although I don't know if if they will have enough moveset to put everything. I think that they will have to run Cell Smash, Water Move, maybe Ice Beam, and Dark Pulse. No, yeah, Ice Beam will kill Dragapult. So yeah, but then again, they need the moves. They also need moves of some sort of hit to hit Primarina, which they will have to need to be, I guess, physical and run Earthquake. As you can see, there's a lot of prep. There's a lot to prep, and I'm trying not to like over exhaust my options. So yeah, this is the team that I'm bringing. Um, 6 that have been doing great for me during the season, and they have one more game to go. Like I said, hopefully we can close Gen A with a W for what is more than likely my last draft game on Gen 8 since Scarlet Violet coming out in 5 days from now. So yeah, thank you for watching this long, drawn out team builder, and enjoy the game. We'll see you there. Welcome everybody to the YCL Season 6 Finals. This is Rookie Mike. We're facing King Sosa. You saw the team builder. If you didn't, I think, it is what it is. But yeah, no, we're here. Good luck, have fun to King Sosa and his Cold Summer Assassins, and hopefully we have a nice non-haxy game. Oh my god, he brought the Charge Gabok. Oh my goodness, this is not the thing I was expecting, to be honest with you. He did bring the Sarut, which I expected to come. He did bring yeah, no, this is not the thing I expected to come, but he did bring a Charger Block, which is very interesting to me. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. There is the Blastoise, which is scary. So yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, originally I intended to lead with Shingo, but it seems to me like our best lead in this particular scenario is gonna be Instinct. And see what they try to do. Like I said, good luck, have fun to Sosa, and here we go, man. Whew. I'm very nervous. This is possibly our very last game in Gen A draft. It's been fun. It's been a fun generation. I know a lot of people have complaints about Gen A. So do I. But you know what? It's been a fun generation. That's all I can say about it. Okay, we do have a great lead with Zapdos versus Root. I do not expect him to do anything other than either U-turn if he is Boots or just hard swap if he's... I'm sorry, U-turns if he's Pats. He may be Pats. That's good to know. What is he going into? Are you going to Lando? Reverse Flash. That is yellow, right? This is interesting. This is a very interesting Pokemon. Okay. We got the Charge Gabok, man. We got the Charge Gabok. Okay. So we could bring this and just nuke it, right? With a knockoff. Although I want to preserve the health on this. Does he do? He doesn't do. It's a freaking Charge Gabok, man. It's not gonna do. It's not gonna do a lot of damage with a what you call it, even with a Bug Boss. I'm gonna go ahead and knock off this. I don't think he has a switch into knockoff, so this should be good. Take away his Eviolite, as he's gonna set up Sticky Waves, of course. Yep. That's okay. We'll take some burn. All right, we just gotta make sure to get rid of those sticky webs. All right. Again, no switches for that. This is a free facade for us. As long as we get rid of the sticky webs later in the game, we should be fine. Oh, go to Landers, please. Beast Boy. Arcanine. Oh, you're gonna take a hit. You're gonna take a hit, boy. Yeah, that's fine. The Intimidate is completely fine with us. Ah, okay. I need to collect this. Obstagoon. Kiss with versus Arcanine. Assuming that you don't have any HP, you're just offensive. A -1. Facade should have done a lot more, which means you are defensive. You are very defensive. He could do a number of things. I need to defog as soon as possible. So we're gonna go to Kiss. Sorry, we're gonna go to Sappy. He probably Toxics. He teleports. That's completely fine. That's the reason why I didn't want to go to. That's the reason why I didn't want to go to. What you call it? That's the reason why I didn't want to go to freaking. What's the word I'm looking for? Mobsdale. Are you gonna try to set up on me? He's gonna try to set up on me. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm game. I'm gonna defog. So I can Hurricane you the next turn. He's faster than me. Ah, that sucks. We take the hit relatively decent. Please, don't flinch. Thank you. Alright. But that's probably 2 hit KO, so that must be offensive Landers. Let me see. Zapdos. We do our Instinct. We're Landers. Let's say you're offensive. We Rock Slide. You. Yeah, that thing is Jolai max attack. Seems fairly obvious that I'm gonna sweep Chow to. He could go to Blastoise if I go to this though. Let's go to. He's gonna U-turn. There's no chance in hell that he's not U-turning. I'm gonna go to Gajil. Okay. Yeah, no, he could be U-turning. But if he's U-turning, at least I'm gonna punish that with Iron Bars. He's gonna Swords Dance. That's fine. That's completely fine with me. Okay. I'm not gonna mess around with you. I'm just gonna Gyro Ball you in case you decide you want to Rock Polish. He's just gonna Earthquake. Good play. I should be able to take one. We take it. That's good. That's very good. Yeah. That's a good amount of damage. What do I need Ferrothorn for? A few things, I guess. If he Earthquakes my Mudsdale a +2, let me see. Mudsdale, no. Mudsdale, that's Bishop. An Earthquake a +2 is gonna do a ton of damage that I don't want to take. So I think we need to let this thing go, right? Yeah, we definitely need the Zapdos still. Yeah, I'm sorry for a turn. This probably means we don't get a Stealth Rocks up, but that's fine. Okay, yeah. So, Ferrothorn goes down, unfortunate, and he does get some recovery. However, we do have our Kiss, right, that now comes in and threatens something. Lander versus Obstagoon. I know that a Facade just destroys you. Yeah, a Facade would destroy you. And there's no way you're faster than me. unless I'm an absolute idiot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass that. If you go Arcanine again, that's fine. That allows me to do some heavy damage into that thing. Sword as Lancers, very good play, very good bring. Beast Boy, yeah, yeah, I two-shot you from here. I have to, I just have to. There goes the Facade, big damage, big good damage. Come on, we just go for another one. Yeah, he's not faster than us. It's good. Beast Boy goes down. All right. So he can go to Sarut. He can go to Gardevoir. If he goes to Gardevoir, I'm gonna have to assume that you're Scarf. If you go to Sarut, and then you go to Sarut. Robin. Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't want the wets going up, right? Yeah. So I got to assume that you're just gonna go for something like close combat. Like I said, he can go for U-turn, and that will be a good play on him. That's a good play on him. Right, that raises our stamina, which is great, I guess. If he goes into Charger Bug, that's gonna be annoying. Goes into Starfire. This thing, why? Why would you go into this? You're gonna raise your stamina. Yeah, this Pokemon is a little bit dangerous. How much are you doing to Mudsdale? Versus Gardevoir. Gardevoir. Just a regular set, I guess. Assuming that you have Energy Ball. It's Energy Ball. It's gonna do a lot. I'm also gonna do a lot to it though. So I'm just gonna Earthquake. If he goes Lando, good play. He's just gonna Moonblast. Can I take 2 of those? Ooh, probably not. Probably not. All right, we do a good chunk. He raises his stamina, I guess. That's funny. Okay. +1. Are you taking a hit from Dragapult? Well, first of all, Moonblast. That is probably choice specs, to be honest with you, to have done that much damage. So that's good to know. Dragapult. Where does Shin go? A U-turn is doing 27 to 32, which is not great, but you know, at this point, yeah, that thing specs as heck. Yeah, you know what? We just are great. There's no point in doing anything else. He's just gonna move less. Yeah. How much did we do with? So that thing's at 20 something, right? I want to see something. Mudsdale. With Bishop. 0. Earthquake did. Yeah. So Dragapult is gonna. No. That thing. You know, I know you're not a Scarf, but I really cannot risk it. So we just go to Dragapult here and try to kill it. Yeah, I will say you are in range, Dragapult. Custom set, Hardbore will do that much, but if you're a +1 defense, 27 to 32. You have to be in range. You have to be in range. You have to be in range. Come on, Dragapult. Alright, this is gonna be a big turn, man. Let's go! Let's go! Very good. Very good. Okay, so that Blastoise is 110% choice, which is good to know. We go to Kiss because we had to prevent him from going Landorus and setting up. He's gonna give him Sarud, which is fine. I did not expect this game to become so freaking offensive, man. But yeah, he's gonna 100% go Sarud. Yeah. He can do a number of things. I don't want him darkening Larian. I don't want him clicking Darkest Lariat. At the same time, the freaking Charger Walk is becoming an issue. So we go to Instinct and hope that we get a par, I guess. If he's protect this bag, excellent play. Here's our Sappy. He's just gonna close combat. Take the hit. He loses on health. Static. Oh, let's go. He is not pass. Ah, he's Lum. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. That is completely fine. I'm gonna U-turn. He's probably gonna kill me. That's fine. I don't want him going to Landorus thinking that he can just set up on me. Yeah, the place is just to U-turn here. Could have got Dragapult, but Dragapult is kind of like my win con right now, so probably not the best idea. He's gonna Darkest Lariat. He's risking the para. Let's see if it pays off for him. He did. Excellent. Excellent. Alright. Dragapult. Not great. Not great. Unfortunately, Dragapult doesn't kill this thing on one hit. It's just no way. Sarud, if you have any kind of no bulk at all, U-turn is never killing it. U-turn is never killing it, which is very problematic at this point. But I have to U-turn. I just don't have a choice. Oh, he's gonna withdraw. Let's go. That's good. Reverse slash. Oh, this is fine. Yeah. I'm on the same position here though, right? I go Kiss, I hit it, then he can go Sarud, and I'm screwed. So I need Ariel alive, so we're just gonna be very careful with that. Offensive game, man. We're not bringing in style this time. No sir, no sir. If I let him set webs, that is pretty bad, right? Yeah, that is pretty bad. But if I go Dragapult right now, I can darts. No, I have to go for it. I just had to go for it. Just go Facade. This is not a great position, man. Having to sack both Modsdale and having to sack those Modsdale and whatnot it wasn't great. The Sarud is very, very problematic right now, though. That Lone Berry, man. Such a good play. Okay. I guess this is gonna have to be the play of the game. If he Darkest Laria, he wins. He's gonna think about it. I'm in a bad position right now, so I just had to play it off to, you know, try to do stuff. Should have tried to set up rocks as soon as possible, but there was no point because I was just gonna, you know, have to defog them. Please do anything but Darkest Laria. He U-turns. Let's go! Okay, that's pretty good for me. That's pretty good. Alright. So you go into, if you go into Blastoise, I 100% had to U-turn. Black Adam. Are you on enough range for me to kill you? Right, he's gonna recover. Dragapult. Dragapult. Shingo. Versus a Landorus. Tyrion. Offensive. Level 100. Sorry, level 50. Dragon Dart has 59 to 70. I don't think you are good enough. I don't think you're in range. I literally do not think you're in range. This looks like. Are you killing me with an Earthquake? 671 to 84. I'm at what? I'm at 137. 137. So the Earthquake has a 12% chance to one-hit KO me. He could have knockoff. No, he doesn't have knock. He could have knockoff. I U-turn. I have to U-turn. Alright, that did good damage. I cannot go Primarina. I have to go Obstagoon, which sucks because he probably kills me with a freaking Earthquake. Unless he decided to knock off. He's just gonna Earthquake. There's no way I take this, right? Yeah, there was never way. There was no way. Ah, man. Knocking off your lefties wouldn't have been good anyway. So yeah, we had to go Shingo and we had to start clicking Dragon Darts at this point. Yeah, man, we just Dragon Darts. Right. Right. Okay. Maybe I should have Dragon Dance the last turn, but you know, it is what it is. He goes Sarud. I don't kill a Sarud. I just do not kill a Sarud. There's no way I kill a Sarud. Yeah, Dragon Dance doesn't do anywhere near enough to kill it. I think he got it, man, which is very disappointing. Yeah, pretty sure he got it. I shouldn't have lost my Zapdos. I knew this Pokemon was gonna be a problem, and you know, I took the chance. So it is what it is. We're gonna go back. He's gonna go into Darkest Lariat, of course. Right. I take a lot of damage because of the crit. It's okay. I'm gonna go back into Shingo. He withdraws. Okay. Well, he's most definitely gonna Stealth Smash with this now. Which is freaking scary, man. I gotta U-turn into Primarina. Yeah, that's 100% a smashing Blastoise. Going to aerial. He ice beams. Why would you ice beam? I'm not entirely sure. Um, I'm gonna Moonblast you in case you decide to go into Sarut. Maybe the Sarut just doesn't kill me from that range, I guess. He's gonna Hydro Pump. It's gonna hurt. We take it surprisingly well. This shouldn't kill you because you're just a Blastoise. That's the problem. This thing is Assault Vest. Ah, okay. Is the Saru killing me with a Power Whip? Saru versus Primarina. Aerial. Yeah, Power Whip always kills me. So he has to hit it, right? So this thing is very Assault Vested. Dragapult versus a Blastoise. Now, what am I doing? I just had to flip turn. Yeah, let's flip turn. I saw best Blastoise. I did not expect that. He's gonna Rapid Spin. Gets Song Speed up. Blastoise. Assuming that you are max this versus my Dragapult. Dragapult. Orishingo. Custom set. No, that's not what it is. Dragapult. Come on. Shingo. Dragon Dash 48 to 58. I do not know at what range you are. You could also be defensive as heck. Do we U-turn? Do we U-turn? Do we? We have to darts. We have to darts. Kills it. Yeah. Okay. It's down to the Sarut, man. Right. How I wish I wasn't freaking Scarf right now. Gonna switch. Hit large sliders twice. Well, it won't kill me. So it is what it is. We tried to Moonblast. There ain't no way you didn't bring Power Whip. He missed! Oh my god! That was the only win, man. That was the only win come. I'm pretty sure we won. I am so sorry, man. That is what happens when you run those moves, though. I've been running Hurricane the entire season. I am so sorry. And a critical hit when it doesn't matter. Wow. Wow, that is so unfortunate. I'm pretty sure he had that game. There is no way a U-turn was killing that Sarut. Yeah. No, that's gonna be it, man. That's gonna be it. Yeah, a U-turn here wins it. Ooh, I'm almost out of time, too. Jesus Christ, why am I going to time again? Is that it? Did I completely choke this and forget that he had another alive mon? Did I not? Nope. Well, what can I say, man? What can I say other than GG's to Sosa? Power freaking whip missing. Losing the game. I am so sorry, man. Good prep, hyper offense, completely overwhelmed my team. did not expect the webs to come at all, and for the most part, they didn't. They shouldn't have mattered. Uh, Hindsight, I should have gone Obstagoon and just nuked that garter board, but I couldn't be sure that it was specs. In fact, although I'm pretty sure it was. Ah, man, I am so sorry that it has to end like that. But that's the problem with running those inaccurate moves. That to happen every time that you had to run one, right? You choose between the power or you choose between the accuracy, and unfortunately for him, man, I am so sorry. Congrats on a great season. Um, I definitely think that 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 he played really freaking well. Much kudos to him for adapting so well to my strategy from last time, and he just overwhelmed me, to be honest with you. So yeah, man, congrats on making it to the finals. I guess this is how we're gonna end Gen 8 with a victory of the back of a lucky freaking miss. Anyway, man, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for following the season if you watched it. And yeah, we are the champions of the YCL season 6.